Good afternoon. This is All India Radio and I'm Tanvi Taneja with the Midday News. The headlines. Peaceful polling underway for assembly elections in Rajasthan and Telangana. 42% polling reported in Rajasthan and 48% in Telangana till 1 p.m. Prime Minister Narendra Modi praises country's media for their role in making government schemes like Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao and Swachh Bharat Mission a mass movement. Supreme Court refuses to stay Madras High Court order for CBI probe against police firing during the anti-Sterlite protests. UN launches Counter-Terrorism Coordination Compact, a new framework to combat international terrorism. In Men's Hockey World Cup, Australia takes on China and Ireland plays England at Bhubaneswar this evening. And in cricket, Australia trails India by 59 runs at stumps on the second day of the Adelaide Test. Peaceful polling is underway for assembly elections for 199 seats in Rajasthan and 119 seats in Telangana. Till 1 p.m., 42% voting was reported in Rajasthan and 48% in Telangana. In Rajasthan, over 4 crore 74 lakh voters are eligible to exercise their franchise. Over 20 lakh young voters will cast their votes for the first time. Election has been countermanded on Ramgarh Assembly constituency due to the death of the BSP candidate. More than 4 crore 74 lakh electors are eligible to use their franchise at 51,687 polling booths. For the first time, VVPAT machines with EVMs are being used in the assembly election. Here is a report from our Jaipur correspondent.
Voters are taking part in Festival of Democracy with full zeal and enthusiasm across the state. Voting is going on peacefully and there is no report of any untoward incidents apart from interruptions at some booths due to technical problems in EVMs and VVPAT machines. Long queues were seen at different polling booths as soon as polling started. CM Vasundhara Raje cast her vote in Jhalawar. Information and Broadcasting Minister Colonel Rajvardhan Rathore and PCC Chief Sachin Pilot used their franchise in Jaipur this morning. Former CM Ashok Gehlot used his voting right in Jodhpur. Jitendra Dwivedi, AIR News, Jaipur.
In Telangana, despite initial technical snags reported at some places in EVM functioning, polling is going on smoothly. State Governor ESL Narasimha cast his vote at Rajbhavan Matta polling station, while TRS Chief and Interim Chief Minister Chandrasekhar Rao cast his vote at his native village. Most of the ministers, Congress and BJP senior leaders and a number of film personalities and tennis star Sania Mirza are among the celebrities who utilized their franchise this morning. Over 2.8 crore electors, including over 4.5 lakh Divyangs, are to utilize their franchise at about 32,800 polling stations across the state. A total of 1,821 candidates are contesting the election. Here's more from our correspondent.
Smooth polling without any major incident is underway till now during the first ever assembly elections being held in Telangana. The poll officials have overcome the initial technical glitches by changing the EVMs and the poll turnout is gaining momentum across the state. A number of people who came along with their epic cards in Sanatnagar, Chandrayana-Gutta and Gosha Mahal in Hyderabad district have reported that their names were missing in the electoral rolls. In minor incidents reported to the Election Commission authorities, Congress and BJP cadres attacked each other in Kalvakurti, in which the Congress candidate received minor injuries. Chief Electoral Officer Dr. Rajat Kumar informed that the situation across the state is under control. Akram, a first-time voter from Mahbubabad district, says,
मेरा नाम अकरम है. मैं पहली बार वोट डाला. यहाँ पर पूरा तरीके से जो है इंतजाम करें.
Lakshmi, AIR News, Hyderabad.
Counting of votes in both the states will be taken up on Tuesday, along with Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh and Mizoram. Prime Minister Narendra Modi urged voters of both the states to participate with full enthusiasm in the Festival of Democracy and vote in large numbers. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that country's media institutions have done their best to discharge their responsibility as a strong pillar for nation building. Addressing Jagran Conclave in New Delhi today, Mr. Modi said media has also had a positive role in making Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao or Swachh Bharat mission as a mass movement.
देश के तमाम मीडिया संस्थानों ने राष्ट्र निर्माण के मजबूत स्तंभ के तौर पर अपने दायित्व का बखूबी निर्वहन किया है। चाहे वो बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ अभियान हो, चाहे स्वच्छ भारत अभियान हो, ये अगर जन आंदोलन बने हैं तो इसमें मीडिया की भी एक सकारात्मक भूमिका रही है।
Mr. Modi said the digital revolution has expanded the media. He said the role of the media in the society is going to be even more important in the coming times. The Prime Minister hoped that the new media will give more power to the foundation of New India. He said, minimum government, maximum governance and Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas is at the core of New India.
नए भारत की जब भी हम बात करते हैं तो मिनिमम गवर्नमेंट, मैक्सिमम गवर्नेंस और सबका साथ सबका विकास, इसी मूल मंत्र को लेकर के हम बात करते हैं। हम एक ऐसी व्यवस्था की बात करते हैं जो जन भागीदारी से योजना का निर्माण भी हो और जन भागीदार से ही उन पर अमल भी हो। इसी सोच को हमने बीते 4 वर्षों से आगे बढ़ाया है।
The Prime Minister said many schemes of the centre are being taken forward by the public as their responsibility, and the spirit of government and cooperation has been strengthened in the country. Highlighting the developmental works done by the government, Mr. Modi said the country has been witnessing positive changes in every sector and basic facilities are being provided to the citizens. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. You can also log on to our website news.air.nic.in. The Supreme Court today refused to stay the Madras High Court order for a CBI probe against police firing during the anti-Sterlite protests in Tamil Nadu in May this year. A bench comprising Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi and Justice S.K. Kaul issued notice to the CBI on the petition filed by the Tamil Nadu government challenging the High Court order. On senior advocate Mukul Rohtagi's plea for stay, the court said it has to see the other side. Police firing had taken place in Tuticorin district during the anti-Sterlite protests that had claimed 13 lives on May 22nd this year. Madras High Court ordered that FIRs be registered against top police officials and officials of the civil administration. The Apex Court today refused to accord an urgent hearing to the Kerala government's plea challenging the High Court order to appoint a 3-member monitoring committee to oversee security and other activities at the Sabrimala temple. A bench headed by Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi said the state government's fresh plea against the appointment of a 3-member panel would be taken up in regular court. The Kerala High Court recently appointed a 3-member panel to oversee security and other arrangements at the shrine in Kerala, following recent incidents of violence there. The state government had earlier sought the transfer of pending petitions from the High Court to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court today issued notice to the Enforcement Directorate, ED, on industrialist Vijay Mallya's plea challenging the ongoing proceedings in a Mumbai court to declare him fugitive economic offender. However, the Apex Court refused to stay the proceedings before the Mumbai Special Court. A bench comprising Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi and Justice S.K. Kaul sought the probe agency's response on the plea against the ongoing trial before a special court under the Money Laundering Act. The ED moved the special court seeking to declare the London-based industrialist a fugitive economic offender under the Fugitive Economic Offender Act 2018. The Bombay High Court recently dismissed Mallya's appeal. The industrialist has filed an appeal against the High Court order. Vice President Venkaiah Naidu has stressed on the need for making quality healthcare affordable for the people. Addressing the convocation ceremony of AIIMS in New Delhi today, Mr. Naidu said there is also a significant urban-rural divide which needs to be bridged up by providing state-of-the-art healthcare services. He also said the curriculum in medical education needs to be constantly upgraded in tune with the latest advancements. The Vice President hoped that the curriculum developed at AIIMS can be adopted by other AIIMS-like institutions and other medical colleges. He also appreciated Ayushman Bharat initiative of the government, saying that it will go a long way in taking care of the health needs of poor people.
I hope our Bharat will become Ayushman and every citizen will find the healthcare facilities more responsive, affordable, ethically sound and qualitatively among the best in the world.
UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres has launched a new framework to combat the scourge of international terrorism and coordinate efforts across the peace and security, human rights and sustainable development sectors. Termed the UN Global Counter-Terrorism Coordination Compact, the framework is an agreement between the UN Chief, 36 organizational entities, Interpol and the World Customs Organization. Speaking on the occasion, Guterres highlighted the need to ensure full respect for international human rights standards and rule of law in countering terrorism. The UN Global Counter-Terrorism Coordination Compact Task Force will replace the Counter-Terrorism Implementation Task Force, which was established in 2005 to strengthen the UN's system-wide coordination and coherence of counter-terrorism efforts. India has strongly criticized the UN for its failure to show resolve in sanctioning new Taliban leaders who continue to perpetrate violence and destruction in Afghanistan. In a General Assembly debate on the situation in Afghanistan, Counselor in India's permanent mission to the UN, Inam Gambhir, said, "It is clear that the terrorists who plan attacks against Afghanistan are not interested in peace." In a thinly veiled reference to Pakistan, Gambhir said, "These offensives are planned and launched by those who are harboured in safe havens in the neighbourhood of Afghanistan. These sanctuaries have for years provided safety to terror networks like the Taliban, Haqqani Network, Daesh, Al-Qaeda and its proscribed affiliates such as the Lashkar-e-Taiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed." After its annual debate held on the situation in Afghanistan, the General Assembly adopted draft resolution pledged its continued support to Afghanistan to rebuild. Armed Forces Flag Day is being observed across the country today. It is observed on the 7th of December every year to honour the martyrs, as well as men and women in uniform who safeguard the country and its honour. In a tweet, Defence Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said, "Armed forces come to the rescue whenever there are perilous situations." On the occasion of Armed Forces Week, which got underway on the 1st of this month, the Defence Minister asked people to show their gratitude by contributing to the Armed Forces Flag Day Fund. The 23rd International Film Festival of Kerala, IFFK 2018, will begin today at Thiruvananthapuram. Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan will inaugurate the festival this evening. The film festival will go on from December 7th to 13th, where 190 films from 65 countries will be shown. In business news, key domestic indices today gained marginally in afternoon trade after logging losses in 3 consecutive sessions. Amid mixed global stocks, the Sensex at the Bombay Stock Exchange added 111 points to touch 35,423. The Nifty at the National Stock Exchange was also up 17 points at 10,618 a short while ago. The rupee at the forex market also appreciated 35 paise to 70 rupees and 55 paise against the US dollar in afternoon deals. In Men's Hockey World Cup at Bhubaneswar, Australia will lock horns with China at 5 p.m. and Ireland face England at 7 p.m. in Pool B matches today. In a Pool A match last evening, France beat Olympic champions Argentina by 5-3. Another Pool A match between New Zealand and Spain ended in a 2-2 draw. In cricket, Australia were 191 for 7 at close of play in their first innings on the second day of the first test against India at Adelaide today. Hosts trail India by 59 runs. Travis Head and Mitchell Starc were batting on 61 and 8 respectively on the draw of stumps. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Peaceful polling underway for assembly elections in Rajasthan and Telangana. 42% polling reported in Rajasthan and 48% in Telangana till 1 p.m. Prime Minister Narendra Modi praises country's media for their role in making government schemes like Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao and Swachh Bharat Mission a mass movement. Supreme Court refuses to stay Madras High Court order for CBI probe against police firing during the anti-Sterlite protests. In Men's Hockey World Cup, Australia takes on China and Ireland plays England at Bhubaneswar this evening. And in cricket, Australia trails India by 59 runs at stumps on the second day of the Adelaide Test. And with that, we end the Midday News.